Rings was a 13.
Period.
Um, so our favorite war criminal, Nagorny, got a gold on Vault, so we're hoping that he retires. But the interesting thing here is because Brick's games have been so embarrassingly a flop, the Russians are scrambling to find a reason to delay the fake Olympics till next year.
And that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean they'll I think they'll delay it till next year in hopes that other people show up, because at the moment no one's going to show up to a multi-sport games a month after the Olympics.
Yeah, no, not even like, even if it was Worlds, it wouldn't show up.
So, uh like I said, the Russians are looking like the Russians confidently were like, we're going to hold our own games, and everyone's like,
Are ya?
we're not showing up.
Are ya?
Yeah, are you really going to? So, I want to talk about Melnikova, but let's look at her bars first, because
Yes.
I posted this video and it's nothing but my Twitter feed is in love with her. So we should talk about this and then talk a little bit about Melnikova.
Yes. God damn it, her aim bars. Damn it, it's so good. In the
That's
pack,
like half of my Twitter feed is
Van
like,
Leeuwen, toes together, pointed beautifully. Inbar, half, Pike Jaeger. The way she throws herself into that's so hilarious to me. A little short on that. Orphan half, two handstand, little waver there. Toe full in. Stuck.
so
Oh,
this
the
gets
twirl.
a like 14.7 66, I believe. And um like this is a respectable score. The scores were not crazy here because they were trying to make it look legitimate. This is a beautiful bars routine.
I mean, look at the
And it
jawline here. Look at the jawline. She's just a war criminal. I can't do
so
it.
well, no, I mean I want to talk about that
Yeah.
because um so I've seen, I want to say I love Melnikova. She was one of my favorite gymnasts before the war. So like I say this with like pain
Peace and
and
love. With peace and love.
peace and love for her personally, but I want people to think about Melnikova a little bit differently than they have been thinking.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of gym fans say, well, Melnikova hasn't said anything in support of the war, and she's been pretty smart and all of these things. And I want people to understand that the role that Melnikova plays in propaganda isn't the same thing as people who support the war.
No.
Like, Russia is a conservative reactionary state.
Yep.
They really value gender roles. So you don't want your ideal woman being all militaristic and gung ho. That's not Melnikova's role. Her role in propaganda is to be the incredibly sympathetic figure who has a big Western fan base, who is going to see her as a victim to the world's isolation of Russia. Like, she is the ideal Russian woman. And so she's not gonna be like screaming about the war, because that undermines the role she has in propaganda.
Okay, so walk us through that.
Okay, so when the war first started,
Did you guys hear me burp? I'm sorry.
okay,
Did you hear me burp? I'm so sorry.
yes.
I'm so sorry. I tried to turn on my mic in time. I'm sorry. I really tried.
So when the war started, she she very carefully like removed a lot of like pictures of her and Putin from her social media, and a lot of people were like, you know, thinking that she's covertly against the war, and she hasn't said anything like overtly pro-war, um, other than like she's attended some things, but not like crazy.
Right.
But really early in the war, she posted this link to a charity, and it was a charity for refugees in Russia from the Donetsk region, the breakaway republics. And I want to like walk through this charity
Yeah.
and show what it means about her version of sympathy in the war.
Hi, Nisha.
So she's um this charity used all the word like it looked like the reason we know about this is because Western gym fans were like, "Oh, look, Melanikova is supporting refugees from the war in Ukraine."
Right.
Um, and there were a couple of red flags about this charity. One, they were the charity was using all of the language to describe the regions these refugees were from that the Russian government uses. So they were using the names of the annexed lands that the Russians were claiming. They were asking for supplies and warm clothes and not for money. And I don't know if you know much about disaster relief and charities.
I don't.
So charities who do a lot of disaster relief don't want to deal with the logistics of people sending them warm coats
Right.
because they can use the money to buy warm coats closer to uh, the people in need and not like deal with all the shipping.
Right.
So somebody who's explicitly asking not for money but for people to send supplies is not looking to help people in a war zone in a like efficient way. And then you have like what was this all about? Like this is about like aimed at Russians to help these poor oppressed refugees from oppression in Ukraine. Now, can you pull up the two
Yes, I can.
pictures I sent you?
I can. Here's one.
So when this so when this first came up in the Gym Reddit in 2022, I said, this looks like propaganda to me. In fact, this looks exactly like 1938 German propaganda. So these are Sudeten Germans in 1938. So ethnic Germans who lived in Czechoslovakia. And can you switch to the next picture too? So the Nazi government showed all these news clippings and newsreels of these clean, well cut, well uh,
Dressed.
sympathetic refugees, yeah, coming into Germany from the evil oppression of their neighbor Czechoslovakia as an excuse to invade that country.
Right.
And one of the things they asked their populace was to send winter coats.
And so it's like what you're saying is that it's a very underhanded way of asking for cooperation for a nunsum like project basically,
And to make your population think that you're the good guys who are helping oppressed people.
which is just gaslighting.
Like this was on incredibly obvious if you've seen staged invasion
Yeah.
uh things in history. And do I like we can go back to Melnikova's face. Do I think Melnikova knew what this was? I don't know. Like she lives in Russia, she might have believed this was a genuine charity, but like she's an incredibly effective means to
Vehicle.
produce that kind of propaganda.
Yeah.
So
Because
yeah, I
like I
love
said,
her in bars, and
she's
I love
pretty.
her bars, and like her hair is darker. She's
Yeah.
got a more severe bun. This whole look is about presenting a kind of Russian womanhood. This is propaganda. It's just propaganda from somebody we like. Am I like sounding crazy?
No, no. And the thing is, to people who don't know the implications of what something like this is, you sound crazy, but like this is how war works, y'all. This is how it works. This is propaganda.
And I mean, we called this the propaganda games for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, they knew we were going to share this video, and I did share this video.
Yeah.
Like, this is my clip of this video. But like, one of the reasons why it's important to share them is because we can now talk about what this meant.
Because I mean, if you remember, like back in the so good example, Rio, right? All the hatred Gabby got was immediate. It was weird. And if you go back, well, if you tie the knots, tie the strings, go down the rabbit hole, it's because of Russia. Russia purposely like created discourse using bots in order to make American athletes look unfavorable or unpopular.
And they're going to do it again in Paris.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again.
So I just want to say, like, I love Melnikova. I miss her gymnastics. I want to see her gymnastics, but we have to be careful
And
because there is messaging here.
it could be unbeknownst to her. She could just be like being used as, or she could know what she,
Oh,
you know.
like I wouldn't be at all surprised, but like she's also paid by the Russian government.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
there's a
another
reason
thing.
why
Let's talk
her
about
name
that.
was on the when the Russians sued Fig over the ban, she was the named defendant.
Yeah, and let's talk about
And
that.
she also, like, she gave an interview this week that said that Russian sports stars need to stay in their sports because this is a hard time and you need to inspire people. Like,
She knows her
this
platform.
is like, yeah. I mean, and she'll probably come out of this war with her Western reputation intact. And I'm not saying we should all, like,
Poo
I'm
poo on
not
her.
like screaming cancel her.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, just be careful about what they're using her for.
yeah. And I mean, for what it's worth, she. It's disheartening to know, or for I guess for me it would be to know that your image, name, image, and likeness is being used as a means to gaslight the entire world.
And how much she knows, who knows, because she's not speaking.
Yeah,
Um,
she's
but
not
like,
like
one of the things
Listanova.
yeah, I mean, Listener was a kid and she hasn't spoken since. And by the way, she has a back injury, which should surprise no one.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Um,
like, people need to understand because
but
there's a lot of questions I've seen on Twitter, like, are the Russians or any Russians eligible? No, no. There's no current WAG that are eligible for the neutral athlete spot or to qualify, and they can't.
and and she specifically can't be because
Yeah.
she works for an army club.
And here's the thing: okay, so when we talk about international gymnastics, you have to understand that a lot of these governments are the ones that fund sports in their nations. So Italy's paid by the government. I think Brazil's paid by the government. Russia, their clubs are paid by the government, and there's often
So,
military backing there.
okay, name all of the gymnasts you can think of who are in the police or the military.
Okay, Flavia. What's her name? Schaefer Betts. Um, I believe. What's her face? She does Leo's Brittany routine from Brazil. What's her name? National champion for Brazil right now, the reigning one.
Uh, Pedro? No,
No,
Oliveira,
no. She's older. Competed.
Jade Barbosa.
Yeah, Barbosa. She's in the military. Voss is in the
The
military, right?
A bunch of the Italians are
Bunch
in
of
the
Italians.
police.
Yeah.
Um, the One of the stars in Italian rhythmic is an Air Force person.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh,
Karina Schoenmeier in Germany is in the army. I mean, that like the these associations aren't. Yeah, Voss is not,
oh, she's
which
not.
is interesting.
Oh,
But
pardon.
um, but Seitz is Sophie Schrader just left the military right before she retired.
Hmm.
Like this is um this is how um a lot of countries uh fund their sports athletes is through their militaries for a
Yeah.
reason. And I'm not saying like people are bad for doing it, but their countries do it for a reason. Like when people say you should keep politics out of sports, why do you think the military are funding all of these athletes? And a bunch of U.S. people are in the military too,
Hmm.
just not gymnasts.
Well, there's some that are like at Army and Navy, but they're not very successful, like elite wise, because they have other things to do, I guess.
So, but uh, Grain, a lot of these gymnasts are doing military service.
Yeah, they
Like
are.
for for instance, like the Germans, there are pictures of them with rifles in
Hell,
like training.
the gold medal winner from the Olympic champion in rhythmic, she served for the IDF
So like they might not be
in the
like
front line.
some of them are just like getting paid and the uniform is a like side thing, but like some of these countries actually require reserve service.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
so
they're
that
not in the front line. They're not going out there and like whatever.
yeah, you're not going to be arrested by Portland Schaefer when she's a military police officer, but like
Please, can you imagine? Oh, arrest me now,
but she still does like 10 days a year of active service.
and then do a Schaefer bets on my neck. Oh, please.
Yeah, all of the Germans that I've seen, I haven't seen a picture of Schoenmeier, so I don't know, but like Pauline Schaefer and Ellie Seitz are both military policemen.
Which is a great segue into our next topic.
So we're gonna go to the Germans. Okay.
Yeah,
So the propaganda games are silly. They were deeply silly. Um,
very very silly. And silly's like,
I mean, they were hilarious and totally not what the Russians wanted because they like I do not understand how anybody who competed there did was not humiliated.
can you imagine how Putin feels right now?
Uh, there's a reason why they're trying to move the friendship games. So we're going to the Germans.
Go into the Germans now, please. Okay, introduce this and why we're doing this.
So the second German trials is on the 22nd. So it's this week, and I wanted to talk about like how you plan something strategically because I think a lot of times people like think you just like go up and do your routines and who scores the highest wins. So can you pull up the list of scores I gave you? It's
Yes, right here.
a grid. So the way the Germans have done this is in order to try to have the least hard feelings, they have said we're going to take the scores from the finals from 2023 Worlds, and if you get these scores um, at our either our national championship or our Olympic trial, you get a rank. So this is in Olympic order. I know that in German, so like vault, bars, beam, floor, all around.
Mehrkampf.
So so I'm going to use Karina Schoenmeier as an example.
Okay.
She got a 13,785 on vault, and that means that she got a rank 8.
I just burped again and I tried to mute myself. God damn it.
So she barely passed into. She got a rank 8. She would have made the vault final at 2023 Worlds. Is that's what they're saying?
I'm a very burpy person. So I'm so sorry, Catherine. I keep on trying to like mute myself before I do it, and it just doesn't work out. But yes, show
It
my.
is what it is.
It is what it is. I burp a lot.
So she gets a rank 8, and if no one else had gotten a score higher than her, then she would go to the Olympics. There's no selector. It's like You score this, you go.
Yeah.
So the general idea is if you get a score equal to one of the medals from Worlds last year, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If no one gets one of those scores, then someone who got the score that makes a final goes, and if you have more than one, then like someone who has 2 scores is better than someone who has 1 score.
Or
Someone
someone
who
who
has
has
a medal
4
score is
scores.
what?
Someone who has 4 scores.
Someone who has like more scores better than 1 score, a medal score better than a non-medal score. Okay.
So 3 years from 4 score ago, Orlando. Wait, no, I'm thinking something else. My bad. Go ahead.
Anyway, so on bars after German nationals, the um the score for Kevrick was a 14.35. So where is she on bars?
She is 5th position.
Okay. So Ellie had a 14.6. Where is she?
5th position.
So they're both on rank 5,
Mm-hmm.
but Ellie got a better score. So she wins bars at the moment.
Yeah.
But she didn't get the bronze medal score. So it's still like you're still in the final, but you didn't get a high enough score to like trump anything.
Right.
So Kevra got a 13.6 on floor.
That puts her at 7th.
No,
Oh, 8th, I guess.
she did. It puts her. She did not make
Oh,
a floor score, but
I'm
like
looking at vault. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Bowden's floor. My apologies. Okay.
yeah, Olympic order.
Yeah.
So like she just barely missed a floor qualification.
Yeah.
They didn't include people who fell. That's what these blank spaces are.
Oh, okay. That
Like
makes a lot more sense. I'm like, what's going on here? But okay, I get
because
it
you
now.
don't want to use a fall for this.
Yeah, for a metric of any sort. You're right. You're right.
So like 6 and 7 on this, or 6, 7, and 8 on beam would have been people who fell, like Schaefer and Chai, and I think
Right.
somebody else fell in that final. The one of the Chinese, maybe.
Yeah, because
Um.
she did the Yurchenko loop thing. And it was a fall.
So
Well, there shouldn't have been, but whatever.
yeah, and in the all around, Kevrick got a 55.5. So where is she?
That puts her at a lovely 4th.
So yeah, so the bottom row is the 8th place qualifying score. So at the moment, we've got Schoenmeyer who has an 8. We have Ellie who has a 5. Or we'll call it a 5 plus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Kevrick who has a 5 and a 4. So at the moment, Kevrick is winning because she has a 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So nuts and bolts, this is all going to come down, maybe, to an LA bars routine. And if LA can get a 14.766 on bars, and Helen doesn't improve anything, then Ellie goes to the Olympics.
However, if Helen is just
And
able
but
to keep it together on beam,
so we're going to talk about how Kevrick can strategically take this out of Ellie's hands. But can we watch the 2 Ellie bars routines? Because
yes,
I
we
think we should
can.
appreciate she's in the form of her life.
Are we going Varna?
Yeah, start with Varna.
Okay.
So Varna was an international score.
Mm-hmm. So it counts for all intents and purposes because it was
Well,
also
well, I mean it's a real score.
yeah.
Like there's overscoring at German nationals, so like I don't think the German national scores are that real.
Yeah.
They're no more real than the U.S. national scores.
Right. Now
But
this is
like
we're not poo-pooing on LA sites' gymnastics here. That's not what we're doing.
No, that's why we're watching this, because, like I said, she's in the form of her life. She's really good.
And she's fought back from injury, so I understand the frustration she has. Like, she feels like, not that this is owed to her, but just like she's put in so much work and like trying to get back in time, and that's a huge deal. We shouldn't like minimize that. Now, her reaction to that in order to bully a young lady, probably not the best
But she
choice.
also only did it for a day.
Yeah.
She backed off.
Well,
So,
that we know,
but
Catherine,
like,
because the shouting matches.
well, yeah, we'll see.
We'll get to
Anyway, so I mean, her form is so much better than it normally is. She's not doing the like all the grip adjustments she often will like bleed tense on.
that.
She had like only one form break in there that I saw. Like this is like good.
It is, and it's insane to be back at this level. However many months it has been since her Achilles. So let's move on.
Yeah. So like I think I saw like leg separation on one of her transitions, and I think that's the like biggest thing I see.
Because she's running a 14-4 at Varna.
Yeah.
That means she would need six.
So she has a 6-1 D score.
Hold on. Not okay. Tens, hundreds, 66 thousandths of a point. Right? No.
So she needs, so from the Varna score, which was a 14-4, she needs 0.366 more.
Yeah, she does.
Which is a lot because she got a good E score in Varna.
Yeah, that is.
So let's look at the day one. It's the one with the purple Leo.
Okay, this
is the one that counted.
Yeah.
For Olympic qualification.
They're only going through qualifications, right? They're not doing event finals or all around. It's
the event final does not count.
Yeah.
No.
And here,
what are you looking for?
The all around, right?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just a little behind.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she scored a 14.6 flat here.
Yeah. And like this is good. This looks like Varna to me. Like it's amazing.
It's consistent.
How well she's done.
Yeah, it's consistent. It's not bad bars, but for the sake of this argument, it's just not enough.
It's not going to medal.
No.
Like, and I'm told she knows it won't medal without a bunch of falls.
And
but
so,
like,
is she working on German curses? What are we doing here?
I don't know. Let's watch her event final bars because I think it's the best of these three. Even like there was a D score mistake that is not on her. She did not make the judge accidentally give her an extra 10th.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all.
But like, this is still the best bars routine that she's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Leo is not my favorite.
No, this Leo's trash. So patient.
At least the event final Leo is better.
So patient.
Like there is something really efficient about her bars. I mean, it's not connected enough.
No, and if she wanted to get that 14.733, it would behoove her to connect a lot more of these things.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is her D score.
And now, let's talk about this because unless you're doing in bars, you're kind of you're maxing out at 6.6, 6.7, right?
Yeah, 6.6 or 6.7. I'm told by experts is the most you can get if you don't have an in bar.
Yeah, and that you're kind of like
which should apply. Like that applies to all of the. Like it applies to Simone. It applies to Shai. It applies to Suni. Like. If you want a really high score, you need the in bar.
You need the in bar. Why? Because it allows you to do another root skill in your routine and like connect from that.
Okay, so we're gonna establish. I think that it's unlikely that Ellie can get that bronze medal score, but like, it's domestic judging. She's the beloved champion. She's at the top of her form. Like, it's possible.
Yeah.
So if you're a 16-year-old girl and her coach, what do you want to do to combat that sentiment?
First off, I'm not responding to any vitriol online. Secondly,
she did not.
She
didn't do. Yeah.
And secondly, I'm gonna just go out there and let my gymnastics do the talking for me, which she did, and it was incredible.
So let's say like hold on that. I don't want
Hold on.
to show this quite yet.
Okay.
So let's say you want to take in this system
Mm-hmm.
where a score and a rank matters.
Yeah.
How does Kevrick take this out of Ellie's hands? So even if Ellie gets that bronze medal score strategically,
Mm-hmm.
what can Kevrick and her coaches do
I
besides like go up and do your routines?
I add a triple wolf to my floor. I put in the full in. And I make sure I'm going skill through skill on my beam routine. I don't get ahead of myself. I stay on, don't wobble too much, and then I just make sure to. I'm not gonna do connections on bars yet, whatever, but I am gonna make sure that the connections I do have are good. I'm not too close to my pack. I'm good on my skills, and I just stick my landings.
So remember that this is the best score, so she's got that 55-5 in the bank.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
can take risks now
Yeah.
that Ellie can't.
No. Ellie has to hit
So
that 1473 threshold.
let's start with her DTY
Mm-hmm.
and see what she might be able to clean up here. Although I'll admit this is probably the best DTY I've seen from her.
And really one of the best ones this year from anyone. Just saying. Now let's go.
It's a good all arounders DTY.
Yeah. Let's see. This is a good angle.
I mean, it's a little overscored.
Round
I
off's
think the Germans
good.
probably are like
Backhand. A little
point
crunchy
2
on
overscored.
a little crunchy. A little crunchy on that left elbow. A little crunchy. A little crunchy tiger on the left elbow. If I were her, I'd work on my block a little bit more and try not to like I think what happened there is she was too off balance on her arm, so it went crunchy. But if she gets that block straight on to the board, I mean that's gonna be a magnificent DTY. Not that it isn't already. Let me see the playback.
Yeah, I mean it's by far not the worst all arounders DTY,
No,
and
we've seen some
it's
trifling ass DTYs in our
and it,
time.
other than Sarah Voss in that Euros team final, I don't know that I've seen a German DTY that's better.
Man, that was
But
magical.
yeah, I mean that was one of the best DTYs I've ever seen. But
Yeah.
like, um, one of the things I want to bring up is like all arounders often who are not vault specialists don't train vault a lot.
No, because it hurts their shoulders. Okay, so right here. Okay, so this crunchy tiger right here. This crunchy tiger. Okay, right here. You see how she has full extension on this arm? I would like her to hit the board because look, her hips are like this, right? And I want them here, and then this arm just extend on that one to then pop off and be able to use that force to do the somersault and then the double twist.
Yeah, I cried watching that vault too.
Who didn't?
The
Who
Sarah Voss
didn't?
vault.
I'm still crying about it.
Like, so I like
But look at this though.
admitting that yeah,
Here's another issue. She's twisting off the board.
yeah.
That's not good.
So
But this is fantastic.
admitting that I think that I just want to put out there that the German nationals were probably 2/10 overscored, just like I think U.S. nationals were about 2/10 overscored on everybody.
I mean, look at her stand-up position here. Look at this stand-up position. What the fuck? Like this is great work. This is like
She's a great technical gymnast.
But this we run into. Oh shit. Well, okay. Hold on. Let's go back a teensy bit, please. Please. There you go. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Hold on. Helen. Now she's little feet, little legs, a little piking at the end, which is probably where she gets the deductions from. This is not good. But she's opening up good. She's spotting the ground. You can see it here. Spotting the ground. And she's right smack dab center. And she just kind of bounces up,
Yeah.
but she's still smack dab center. So yeah, minimum deductions.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I mean, she's also not being trained by the same person that trained Schoenmeyer. So like,
yeah,
there's at least two good vault coaches in Germany. But like I said, I don't know that there's anything more that she can get out of this realistically in the 2 weeks she had.
no, I mean, I would.
But Like,
It's not the time for major changes. This is a good enough vault. It's great. It's a great vault for her. It's good.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's go to bars, and I want to see her all around bars first because
Okay.
that's the worst of her two
It
that
is.
weekend.
Yeah. This Leo
And
is
worst is a
gorgeous.
uh worst is a like overstatement. She's still got like a 14 plus bar score.
The
So
M bar. The straddle.
I think that the only place I could see an upgrade is
Right there.
connecting her Takachev to her pack, but I
The
don't know
Takachi
that
could
she
work.
has that upgrade.
No. Oh, Jaeger to pack, but that's a harder connection to
No, I
do.
mean it's the flight to pack
Yeah.
is where I think that she could
But even there,
connect. But
the pack two Van Leeuwen, that might work for her. Because I think she has the strength for
but
it.
the question is always what connections has she trained, and we don't know.
Bars girlies always train every single connection. I mean, that just goes without saying. If you're a good bar girly, you've played around with some of these connections. They might not be there yet, but you've played around with them. Absolutely.
So we're talking if she's trying to claw back some tents.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
this is
look
a
at this
like
fake ass
perfectly.
bitch. Hold on, let me see this one more time.
No, I mean I think Ellie is not a fake ass bitch. I think she was just having a rough day. Like Ellie seems to be a nice person.
Yeah, I just need
I'm
creating
annoyed with her
drama.
now, but it's not because like I think she's a bad person. I think it's the end of your career and you might not go to the Olympics.
Yeah, and I get it. There's always like, I mean, people want to say Jocelyn and Jade, but this is the real battle for me. It's Kevrick
I think this might be the
sides.
biggest intercountry battle in which is why we're talking about
Well,
this.
the Chinese girls also like that's oh my god, that's so political and so just like fucked, so fucked.
Yeah, but you can't like that's not going to be decided by gymnastics.
No, that's by bureaucracy, sadly, because that should be decided by gymnastics
So
alone.
her event final routine was the better of them.
Okay, this is
So
mini.
uh she got another half tenth on her E from her uh
You did not
event
send
final
me that.
routine. Yeah, I did.
I have uneven bars from all around. I have a floor, balance me and floor again. You sent me two floor routines.
Okay, let me send you that then because we should watch
I can
it.
just find it.
Uh,
No, I can't.
well, okay. No, let me send it because it's on my channel.
Okay, cool. Did you hear that, y'all? It's on my channel. Hair flip. Okay, girl. Okay, diva.
I could have sworn I sent it to
Catherine in her fame era. Okay, you guys don't even know. She's in her fame era right now. She's getting much too big of a head for this show.
you. Yeah, my fame era of my YouTube channel with like 49 subscribers.
Yeah, but we're talking about fame era and like just socially. Like she's getting too after paying her for the show. After have a green room for her. She wants full glam and hair.
Okay, so it's in your DMs.
Cool. Well, there's actually a lot
So
of.
this is
Go ahead.
the better of her two bars that weekend. But again, just like Ellie's was better, but it didn't count. Oh, to you. It's in that list of videos. You just didn't see it.
Oh, well, you labeled it FX and it's UB.
Oh, that would be it.
Yeah.
I gotta go change that. Okay.
Period. In bar. Little late on that. Love that Pike Jaeger. Oh my god. My god. Oh, beautiful. Tkachev into pack would be great, but even just pack into Van Leuven would be great because that's a little close. So even just pack to Van Leeuwen would work here. Little legs on the Van Leeuwen. I actually think
Yeah,
she go ahead.
Squishy's watching in Doha. So we think
What do I
like we're looking for what connections Kevrick might actually have.
I want to say I don't think it's ready though. If she didn't throw it already, I don't think it's the pack to Van Leeuwen.
Okay,
That would
I mean
work.
I buy that.
That would work really. I mean, I think she. I think she has it, but I don't. This is speculation. I think she has it, but it's not ready yet. Well, it could be ready by Paris.
Yeah, I mean, so I actually think that if I'm her, I try to do the same routine and just get the E score I got in event finals versus
All
what
the
I
way
got in
up.
the all around.
The only upgrades
Yeah.
I would honestly do is she has that full in. She can throw the full in.
Well, we'll go to beam next.
Yeah.
We'll get to floor because floor is actually what I'm going to make a lot of strategic arguments about.
Okay, cool.
So like in this all around, you're trying to like eke out tents
Yeah, and as
all
many
over
as you
this
can.
place. So let's go to
That's the mission.
beam. So beam is always where I like worry that she's gonna have a balanced beam situation.
Yeah, it's all these little wobbles. All these little wobbles could be mitigated.
Like
All of them.
the leg up is the big one though.
But it's not bad. That's the
So
thing. It's not bad.
oh
At
no,
all.
we're talking like nitpicky tents.
Yeah.
So in the event final, she lost a connection and her D was down by like 0.2. But like
It's great beams.
I think this beam will just clean up the beam and that's all you can do.
Yeah. That's all you need
I
to
don't
do.
think you can change this at the moment.
You could be scoring a 14 with this beam easily. Easily.
So she has a 5.5 D.
Okay. So she could, it
So,
could be 5'6",
like,
right? If she does the triple wolf.
I mean, she has a like 2.5 wolf there. I don't know what the difference is.
I think it's like a 1/10, right? I think.
I mean, she's not going to make the beam target score.
No. I mean, beam is
And
wild right now.
so I think the best thing they can do is just
Clean
make sure she gets her connections and wobbles. But like,
and just like really nails in that dismount.
yeah, we talked to Grain. I don't know if you were here, but we talked a little bit about Russian propaganda and gymnastics. Okay, so let's talk about floor. And can we see her 2024 floor first?
Yes, we can. What happened? What did he say? I'm currently putting together a spreadsheet of U.S. selection options that I'm calling Rocks Fall. Everyone dies. Oh, I thought you meant our title for the show. It's okay.
Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies is Squishy's favorite phrase.
That's my memoir title. I've decided.
So
you want this one first?
Let's look at this floor and then we'll look at the junior floor and come back to this floor. Okay.
So which one first?
Let's look at this floor.
Okay.
And then the junior floor, and then come back to this one.
Okay.
Because there's the argument I'm about to make is that the bronze medal on floor score is only 0.366 away from where she was scoring. And if she gets the bronze on floor score, no matter what Ellie does, she goes.
Yeah. No, this routine is still put on the cabeza. It's a different rendition that I've heard in my life.
Vorbereitung für die erste Sprungbahn.
Injuries. That's why they didn't qualify.
They had like 3 injuries in a row, and they only barely didn't qualify.
Yeah.
Like Ellie Seitz had an Achilles, Emma Maluski had a tendon in her ankle, and one of their vault floor specialists had an hyperextended knee in podium training.
Who got in instead of them? South Korea. Right?
Yeah. South Korea is who they missed by.
Yeah.
So I love her memo to illusion.
I wish you had a better angle of it. I think we do actually.
Yeah, it's not great here, and in the event final she took out the illusion, so that's why we're not watching the event final one. But we're gonna get a good view of it in the junior routine we're gonna watch.
Helen was a baby. Well, not baby then, but she's still a baby.
No, it was only last year, but like
still a baby.
So I just want to point out, this is not a normal German floor.
No, not at all.
Und jetzt noch eine
Like they're
Sprungmarke.
happy
This
to
is a
have
lot
this.
of tickling difficulty.
Auf
Ja.
geht's, Helen. Salto vorwärts in
I mean,
Schrittstellung.
front tuck
Um,
into
so-
2.5.
2,5 Schraube.
Jawohl.
Wahnsinn.
Like,
Das
Gorgeous.
war sie.
she has technically good dance. The music is not as bad as we're gonna watch a junior routine of hers
y'all,
where
let me walk you through this. Her last floor routine, I was literally. It sounds like every.
well, we're gonna be watching her last floor routine because I want you to point out where the skills she has done that she can add into this senior floor.
Okay, cool, awesome. Let's do this. Cancel. Here we go.
So this junior floor got a 13.8 something. So like the idea that she could get a 13.966 is not crazy.
Full in. And it's a good full in.
Yeah, like a junior with that full in.
Please. Now the dance is not great.
Well, it's a junior routine.
It's Carmen too. Let's get this together.
Yeah, like you do not want to know how much whining I did about the fact that she had this floor routine forever.
It's a lot. I know how much you did to me, and I was right there with you.
Like, I do not think her gym can pick a set of music that is not overused. So she has a
Triple? Is that triple?
and
Yeah.
her triple is lovely.
Lovely. My God. Fully around.
So
Fully
this
around.
was June last year.
Before the growth spurt.
Like, so she. No, this is after the growth spurt.
Really? Because she looks taller at German Nationals. Damn.
She might
dude.
be taller. I'm pretty sure she's at least 5'4" at this point, and she's like 5'6" now.
Yeah.
But like, she grew a lot before this.
So, okay.
I don't know what Gothard is using now, but it's like
Not good.
not great.
No.
Anyway, so I just wanted to show that like the upgrades we're talking about are things she has done
She
recently.
has done. And I love that triple, actually. So I want that triple back. It's a
So if
gorgeous
we can go
triple.
back to the
Yes.
one from this year and see what you think. Can you also point out the way you talked about her, that they grew her into this floor routine?
Yeah.
And can you point out that too, since
Yeah.
we're making you do technical commentary?
Because it's the only thing I'm really good at. So when it comes to, okay, so there's a thing that happens, and especially with women. Well, it's a women thing. Their bones aren't fully fused.
Way to stop it and start it, by the way.
Women's bones aren't fully fused until after puberty, right? And so when you have gymnasts who are, and I hate using this word squishy, I'm sorry, where they're lithe and they're supple and they're very flexible, that doesn't always translate well into your women body because your bones are malleable when you're up until you reach puberty, right? And when it comes to those types of gymnasts, that's why they're always they're injury prone. They're always hurt. Something happens. It's because they've done so much before their bones fuse that it sometimes they get pushed too far. Now Helen's coaches have been very, very conservative about her because she's a fucking a star rising, right? So when we say she's grown into this floor, if you saw her previous floor, while kitschy and kind of juniorish, you could see the glimpses of greatness, right? Of really good. Sorry, I just burped. I'm drinking a caguama. Anyway,
Like all of her skills are fundamentally sound.
yes, all her fundamentals are great. Her back answers are great. Her extension. As a junior, you saw the glimpses of great extension, but here in this floor right now, you see how she's grown to really fully extend the arm. I'm extending my arm right now. You can't see me. Fully extend the arm, right? And look at just even that. And you see how she throws the arm back, fully extended. Fully extended. I hate that she's right up on the tape. Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah, that it's annoying.
It's annoying.
So this first pass is where her full in would be.
Yeah. And she used the triple as a second pass, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So we talked about this the other day. There is carriage and then there is a presentation, right? And technique, I guess. And what Helen has, she doesn't have the gauge like quote unquote carriage, which isn't carriage. She has actual carriage. She has actual like presentation, and she has great musicality. And you're starting to see like glimpses of it because with this music, she's allowed to express herself more. Like that, like just a little like melting into the next move. It shows the musicality she has. It shows she's interpreting music.
I like how she's getting into the wolf turn, by the way.
Me too, and it's this is great choreography. Whoever choreographed this should be really happy with themselves. Like, it's good for a gymnast who may not be a natural dancer, but still can feel the music, to really showcase her talents. Like, this is great work. Her shot stays into, I mean, look at that.
Squishy points out who it is, by the way. You should look in the chat.
Oh, yeah, she said. Oh, really? We love her.
So it's Sydney Quad, Russian Olympian, double. Yeah.
That's interesting.
She only coaches beam and floor.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
So I think she can get tenths from the They said they took out the full in because they didn't want to risk her ankle.
And that's smart.
I mean, it's been 2 weeks. She needed a solid routine at German nationals. I think if I'm them, I'd throw the full in.
I throw the full in. I'll throw the triple, but I'll throw a double tuck, not double pike. Save the double pike for Paris. The double tuck gets you the same. I mean, whatever. So you stay within the range of your difficulty. You still up about, I think, 2/10 actually. So you're fine. And if you up your E, you're good. And on beam, again, it's just the landings. It's literally just the landing of the skill.
I think she should go for bloke on floor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
And get that. I think she can get that 13.966 from this panel. Again, I'm not saying that she can get a 13.966 from a international panel.
No. But I mean, if you look here, what she get here? She got
a 13.6.
13.6 in a German nationals. What she get as a junior?
As a junior, she got a 13.8 something.
So it's there. It's within her grasp. I think she can do it,
y'all. And no matter what anybody wants to throw at sights.
Yeah.
But this is what I meant by I wanted to talk about this as a strategic choice.
Yeah.
Because, her coaches made a strategic choice to be relatively conservative at nationals to, establish a lead. And now they can take risks.
Yeah. Which actually is a great segue. Great segues all around into another topic we were going to cover today. So you can recuse yourself from this conversation, Catherine. You don't have to say anything. But as far as Charlize Jones is, and all these permutations of higher scoring team, all this discourse is inherently incorrect. And I say that because we are not taking one thing into consideration, at least those of us who are sane gym fans. And I say that because there's a lot of fucking weird discourse on the gymtranet this week, which shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. First off, leave athletes alone. Second off, athletes, you're going to have to grow thicker skin. Third off, everybody just shut the fuck up. Okay. All these permutations, all these spreadsheets and throwing around that I see lovely guys posting are inherently wrong or skewed because we're not using, because she wasn't there, Shai's actual scores from nationals. Without that, this entire conversation is kind of a nothing burger at the moment. And we're going to have to wait until Olympic trials.
We're all using Shai's U.S. Classic scores, which inherently do not have all her upgrades.
Exactly. Or even, for all intents and purposes, in devil's advocate, any mistakes she might have had, any falls, whatever. Because if we, listen, for all intents and purposes, last time Shai was in nationals, she was, and I don't know if I'm saying this, injured. Which is why we ended up with Connor McLean winning the all-around. Which is why, and if you go back and look at Shai's performances, all of these winners are kind of, they have an asterisk next to her name because Shai wasn't at full potential.
So Shai fell, for Connor to win her national title, Shai had to fall 3 times.
3 times, y'all. 3 times. Say that's what? That's a half a point on each event, right?
A full point on each event.
Full point. Y'all, that's 3 points. That's 3 fucking
So
points.
did you have time to actually get the pictures of the people I asked for? Or we're gonna
didn't.
use.
We're just gonna go for it.
Okay, can we go for the tier list you gave us?
Yeah, we can do that one. That actually works. Yeah, we can do that. Let
Yeah.
me see.
So we're gonna talk about some like U.S. team permutations and what some of the highest scoring teams are when people look at these,
Mm-hmm.
and like raise like questions about whether these scores are really reflective.
Oh shit.
Because like I'm a numbers girl, I like really like numbers, but like also some of these numbers are fake.
Yeah, complete nonsense. But let me hold on. I have to do the authenticator. Klaus, who's on your high scoring team? I feel you. Okay, authenticator. Oh fuck, which one? This one. Also, if you have an iPhone and you want to upgrade to iOS 18 or whatever the fuck it is, don't do it. Don't. It's so slow. Oh my god. As a developer, I have to, but it sucks. My god, it's so slow. I was like in line there, they trying to cash out and like use my Cash App and Apple Pay, and it was just a miserable time. I'm going.
So Squishy, I think the 55.5 is conservative in that I think they did conservative gymnastics. I'm not sure the judges were conservative.
Right. Okay.
But like,
so now let's make a. How do I do this? How do I know the row?
I mean, like I said, I think that like Kevrich was probably 0.8 overscored. I think Ellie was probably 0.2 overscored. I mean, this is what it is. Can we reset us so that let's put everybody at the bottom.
Hold on. Okay, cool. All right. Now, that didn't do anything. Hold on. Edit. I need. Okay, show extra rows. Team. Submit. Oh, well, who cares? Presentation mode. Cool. So all these girlies down here, right? Just move them all.
Yeah, move everybody to the bottom.
I can just
and
no, clear it. Just clear it. Clear it. Reset. Okay. Whew, my gosh.
Okay, so we want to pull out Biles, Jones, Blakely, Lee, DiCello, Carey.
Hold on. I'm still looking for Shy. Where's Shy?
Okay.
Where's Shy? Shelly, where you at, girl? Is you right in front of my face? She's probably from other. No, that's Trinity. Where's Shelly's? Hold on. Oh, I see her between Trinity and Leanne. Okay, that one. Who else? And Jade Carey, and we want Charles, and we want Lee.
We want Lincoln. And Blakely.
Okay, got Blakely.
There should be like 7 people on this list that we're talking about.
Okay, so there's Jade, there's Charles, there's Lincoln, there's Lee. Who else? Yeah, that's 7. That's 7.
Okay, so can we move? Yeah, there we go. So in the top row, I want you to put Simone and Shy.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So these are who I think are the likely team members.
Yeah.
Like, you could argue about Leanne, but like for the sake of this, I'm going to say Leanne is like DiCello or Childs as a combination person.
Should I bring those two up?
Well, DiCello should be here. I thought I told you to.
My apologies. There she is. Found her, Kelly Hill.
Okay. So I think at the moment, the Washington Post's version of the high scoring team is Simone, Shy, Blakely, Lee, Childs. So Lincoln, not Charles, Lincoln. So can you tell me what problems you see with this team?
This team? Okay, just at a glance,
Yeah.
you're kind of fucked on bars. No, hold on. If you have Lee, Blakely, and Shy, you're kind of good. On Beam, you're going to have a meltdown on Beam.
I mean, you have some unstable beam people. I think you worry about the fact that you have two people who can't do more than two scores,
Yeah, and if
as Squishy points out.
if like someone like Bowles goes down, you're fucked.
Yeah, if any of the first three people go down, you're fucked because
You're like absolutely
you're planning
fucked.
on using you're planning on using Biles and Jones on every event.
Yeah.
So if one of them goes down, what is your bars situation look like?
Blakely,
Are you using?
you're gonna have to use Lincoln.
Yeah, so like pull out Shy for me from that list so that you only have the top four. So who is your floor lineup?
Biles. Oh, fuck that. Not with this group. Not with that group. No, I'll just make someone go up three times.
Yeah, so Biles and Lincoln is your floor, and then you either eat.
I guess I put Sunni on the floor. Fuck it.
I mean, do you like? Yeah, this is the question because, like, yeah, Sky's floor is better than it was last year, but it's still not gonna score
It's not
well.
great, y'all. Like, I feel like the benchmark is like down in the seventh circle of hell with that routine. And the thing is, like, she has a difficulty. It's so frustrating to watch it happen in real time.
So, like, this is what I wanted to point out because this is the Washington Post's highest scoring team, and people are like pointing out, oh, you should take Lincoln because she's on this Washington Post highest scoring team, but like
their metric is wrong. It's like they're not including certain scores.
Or you're also like not considering what happens if like Shiley's falls down a like sewer pipe.
Right, because that's gonna happen.
But,
now, Sarah, do you think Sarah would let that happen? Sarah would literally pull up the pipe with her bare hands to let that happen.
But anyway, so this is like I want us to start thinking about these highest scoring teams this way.
Yeah.
Like, so the next highest scoring team I've seen is Biles, Jones, Blakely, Lee, and Childs.
There you go. That's it.
And I want you to see, what do you think the problem is with there?
This problem is...
You got Carrie on here. Childs, not Carrie.
I got it. I fixed it. This problem right here, you have... No. They're going to get hammered by artistry. Hammered by artistry.
Like, well, also, like Childs can score really high on floor, or she can fall on her face.
If she has a better routine, but the routine she has now is trash.
Well, I mean, she's like... whatever I want to like trust the score from nationals for now, like she had a 14 and she had like a low, like a high 12.
That's
not
gonna happen. She's not gonna get 14.
So like, well, I know, but they have to pick the scores with domestic score.
I know what you're saying. It's I look at that floor, and it's just not.
So, I mean,
not with
Charles is a like great floor and bars worker, and I wouldn't want to use her on Beam. So like, okay, you're okay with Beam, I think, because like I noticed that Sky has not. I looked back at Sky's beams, and she hasn't fallen on Beam once this year.
Not once.
So,
consistency queen.
So, this is the year for her to find consistency. So this is currently, I like don't trust that Charles is going to stay up there.
I don't have as many qualms with this team as I have with other permutations of what this team could be. This is an okay team for me. I think this is what the team that they want. Well, the team they want has Hazley on it, but that's not going to happen.
So, can you replace Childs with Carey? That's the next one.
This is probably my team. This is my team.
This is my team at the moment, just because I got to go with the scores we have. I don't know that this will be the team at the end of the day, though.
No, because if you have this team, then essentially you're counting for Suni to be Jade's bars and beam, and Jade to be Suni's floor and vault.
Yeah.
And then with that, you're backing yourself into a corner, because then that means in quals what? Like Blakely, Jones, and Simone do the all around?
Yeah. So Blakely, Jones, Simone do the all around. It's like super clear there. They are not going to use Lee's vault or
They're not.
floor in Paris. They're not.
Like they're not
Like-
even. They're not going to bother putting her in qualifications. It's just not a thing. And you're going to let that go. Like let that go. Let my people go.
Like the issue is that for the US, she has a like fine DTY, but there are better DTYs.
Wait, I mean, Shy's DTY is exceptional.
Mm.
Blakely's is exceptional.
Blakely has a Chung. You know, Simone is like on that team. Who is vaulting?
Simone, Blakely, and Carey.
Yeah, so they've
Maybe
got
Shy.
3. Well, no, I mean in qualifications, who is vaulting on that team?
Qualifications, Simone, Jones, Carey. Oh, Blakely. Simone, Blakely, Carey.
Simone, Blakely, and Carey have to vault in qualifications on that team.
Yeah, they vault. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
And Shy has to vault. There is no room for Lee to do the all around in this team.
No.
So your all arounders are fighting between Carey and Blakely.
Yeah.
And this is probably like the third all arounder is probably going to be decided in podium training.
And it's going to be Blakely. And I don't want it to happen. It comes down where Blakely takes that second all around spot over Jones because of our Chung.
Do you want to read Squishy's comment?
I would honestly be surprised if the selection committee took anyone who can only put up 2 event scores you really want. And there's been some murmurations and palpitations and just like, through the grapevine shit. They're not going to take a 2 event gymnast.
So let's go with so let's say
you do this. You do one of these.
So DiCello gives you the best stable floor. Like Charles gives you the best individual floor, but she also like fell at one point. She gives you the best stable floor from a utility all-arounder.
Yeah. So Squishy says, it's just risky one of those routines that scored 11-8 this year, and the other is Beam, which is a murder event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she did herself no favors at Nationals. Day 2 was better, but still.
Yeah. So, like, DiCello, I'm going to argue, like, Beam and bars did not help her.
At all.
But that's not why you're taking her.
No, you're taking her because of that Pan Am floor, which rocked the house and won her that title.
And she has respectable scores on the other pieces. You're taking her for that floor.
And the thing is, like, international judges love Kayla DiCello.
So can we pull everybody except for Simone and Shy out of the top row?
Yes, we can. Boom.
So let's talk about Beam for a second.
Okay.
So Simone got a 14-8 Beam on both nights of Nationals. Suni got a 14-2 Beam and a 14-9 Beam. And I know everyone wants to grab that 14-9, but like the 14-2 is just as valid.
The 14-9 is inflated, and that's not a real score.
Well, yeah, but like I said, we're gonna take all of these scores at face value for the moment. So Shy's US Classic Beam that everyone is judging this by was a 14.05. She has upgrades.
Yeah.
She does. So at the moment, if you are looking at a team final score, can you add Suni to that line and Sky?
You know what this is? This is giving like, please step forward.
I know I wouldn't want to have this conversation in front of them.
Can you imagine just
But
like, please step forward? Well, this is no, hold on. This is what they did on Make It the Band. On Make It the Band 3 specifically, they did this. They were like, please step forward, and they would talk like, now this group and such and such. And the thing is,
but like
I don't care if it's
this is what
gymnastics.
the selection committee is going to do.
This is exactly what you would do at a dance callback, at anything for like a group callback or whatever it is. Like, you're pulling back and forth. You're like, okay, step back. Now what about this? And you discuss with the judges in front of them for the most part. This is, I'm so fucking over the gym tournament being like, or even the athletes, and I'm sorry athletes, being like, oh, this is mean. This is what people do. And I know, I believe, dance
we're not
is
saying they
abusive.
suck.
We're not saying they suck.
We're just,
It's just like, we're being formulaic. You're putting together an Olympic team. Feelings and biases cannot be a part of this, because that's how you get people on teams that should not be on teams.
okay, so do you have can you draw to the side? Can you draw some numbers?
I can.
Okay, so let's say Simone has a 14-8.
Okay, hold on. That's way too big of a marker. My God, hold on. The marker won't come on. Amazing. It's okay, fine. It's fine. I'll just deal with that. Okay. So 14 what? 14?
14-8 for Simone.
Okay.
A 14-0-5 for Shy. A 14-9 for Suni. And a 14-5 for Blakely. So these are like their best scores from Beam. And this is what the basis that everyone is using for saying that Suni adds so much just for her Beam. Okay?
That's really
so
intense.
Well, basically you're saying Suni adds 8/10 or like 8.5 tenths over using Shy on Beam. This is what this says.
Yeah.
That you use Simone, Blakely, Suni, and you sit Shy in the team final.
Yeah.
And the cost of that is, like, leave those scores there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Can you send Leanne, Lincoln, and Jordan down a row so we can just talk about Carrie and DiCello?
After you erase the scores.
Okay. But anyway, people are seeing what I mean right here. Like, this is the way you like look at that beam rotation. So if you have those four on the team, you're then asking, you need to see who else is going to give you a floor or a like.
I forgot what that was. 14-5, I think.
Yeah, 14-5.
Cool.
Okay, so you have if you've decided that you're going to do this by this beam set, then your next choice is, do you want Carrie's Chung that gives you 0.5 points, or DiCello's floor?
Which gives you?
It gives you a couple of points. I mean, it's really like
Minimal.
It gives you a couple of points over Carrie's floor is the issue, or a couple of tenths.
Okay.
So like, the issue is that to take DiCello, you have to give up what Carrie would give you on vaults. But if you take Carrie, you have to give up what DiCello would give you on floor.
Yeah.
So it's like you're only gaining whoever, I don't know off the top of my head who that gives you. I think it's Carrie is probably who wins that.
Yeah.
But like you're only getting like
so much.
So like 2 tenths or something.
Yeah.
by taking Carrie over to cello in that configuration.
Yeah.
But now I want you to consider, what if her beam score is not a 14.05, but what if it's a 14.4?
Plus 2, 3, 5. So then you have, then you kind of negate
So
this.
now Suni is only giving you 0.4 or 0.5, something like that. Like, Suni is not giving you a massive amount on beam,
No.
and she's only giving you about as much as Carrie will give you on vault.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, say now Suni and Carrie give you the same amount on your team score.
Yep.
Just on different events.
Yeah.
And if you take Carrie instead of Suni, you can then take DiCello.
Yep.
And get those floor tents that you were going to have to trade off if you took Suni.
Yep.
Am I making any sense here for why Shy's upgrades matter and they're invisible to us?
Yep. Because you don't have like, because that could go up to like even 14.5, 14.6 if you're being like generous. So really it dwindles down what putting Suni on this team would give you, and you can then put both of these homegirls onto the team and just make Suni's
For other events that Suni gives you nothing on.
Yeah, and so then it makes Suni irrelevant to this competition.
Right. So, like, at the moment, and Suni is on my, like, if you ask me what my team is right now, Suni's on my team.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, bashing her.
No.
But I'm pointing out that Suni isn't as locked in as a lot of people think,
Because
we don't know what
Shy.
Shy's, but also, like, we don't know what Shy's floor looks like.
Yeah.
But the thing is, no matter what it is, you're not going to want to use Suni's floor, and you're not going to want to use Blakely's floor.
Yeah. Oh,
My guess for, like, what's going to happen is we're looking at, like, a mid-14s beam from Shy,
Yeah.
and a, like, 14.2 or 14.3 floor from Shy. And that's going to make a lot of these people kind of redundant.
Yeah.
And I'm picking on Lee here, but, like, she could also make the floor people redundant.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need both at the moment. You don't need both Carrie and DiCello.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
This is your chaos agent.
Yeah, so, like, this is the problem of, we all, like, everyone in the fandom knew that Shy's classics scores aren't the final thing, but we're all treating them like the final thing.
Hold on. Monday. Espérate, estoy ocupado, mami. Yo voy a acabar. Okay, go ahead.
So, am I making, like, I'm not sure I'm making sense, but
You're
like,
making sense. You're making sense. And I feel like anybody who doesn't choose to accept that logic has a problem with logic itself. Because this is I mean, this is what the selection committee is going to do. They're going to sit there and they're going to look at all the numbers, and I mean, we'll have Shy's numbers by then. And in 12 minutes, they're going to decide who is going to give them the most stable, reliant score, because they cannot gamble like they did in Tokyo. Well, not even gamble.
well, like, the other thing you have to know is the selection committee already knows what these people's camp scores look like.
Yeah.
So, like, we're operating with their public scores, but they're operating with a lot more information.
And the thing is, like, that is Alicia. That's Alicia. Oh wow. I hate the marker. It's Alicia, it's Periskaya, and it's
Because team is in the guidelines.
yes.
The this is like a U.S. Olympic team thing, and they are not gonna, like, their guidelines say they have to pick the maximum team score
Who's
for maximize team potential and then individual.
who's the other girl? It's the athlete representative, and it's her name is on my tip of my tongue, from Georgia, Dizil.
Yeah.
Thank you, Squishy. This is your selection committee. This is it. That's them.
And I mean, they're going to have lots of spreadsheets and numbers themselves.
Yeah.
Can we go zoom back out
Yes,
and like, let's talk about why Leanne was on that team last year. So can you give me a top row that is last year's Worlds team and a space below that's empty? So you need Josh.
Yeah, Josh, where are you
So
at,
that's
girl?
Carrie. Oh, yeah, you need Josh. Okay.
All
So
right.
take Carrie and Jordan off.
All right. Where's Jordan? There you go.
So, and if you can like put Carrie and Jordan on the same line with the other two, since they're not in this conversation.
Okay.
So the this was the team at last year's Worlds, and one of the debates in a lot of the fandom was why the top scoring team would not have had Leanne on it. It would have had Lincoln.
Yeah.
So can you like slide Lincoln in and take Leanne off? So why was this the top scoring team?
Floor. And because they're vaulting.
Okay. So we know from their analysis that they were really worried about
having to
the potential for use a sub.
Yeah.
And they did. So take off Joss. And so we just have those four.
Oh, okay.
So tell me what your lineups for the team finals are. No, not Leanne. Leanne's not coming in. Like, tell me what your lineup for the team final is with those four.
Oh shit! I don't want to. Okay.
I'm gonna make you.
So
vault.
Lincoln has a DTY, right?
I believe so. I mean, it's a like serviceable DTY.
I'm putting up Simone, Blakely, and Lincoln. So 2 Chungs and a DTY.
No, you're thinking. We're talking last year.
Oh, last year. Oh shit. Simone.
So Simone, Shy, Blakely.
Yeah.
So on bars.
Okay.
You're not using Lincoln.
No, absolutely not. No. I'm once again.
On beam.
Once again. The 3.
Yeah, so you're using those 3 on you're using Simone and Shy on every event, just like they did in the original team final. You're using Blakely for beam, which they did not use her in the team final last year. And you're limited to using Lincoln on floor.
Yeah, that's
so
not strategic.
Put Joss back up there.
Okay.
Take Shy Lisa away. Okay. Like, let's say Shy Lisa is the one who got injured and not Josh.
I refuse.
I'm gonna make you.
That's too much.
Okay, now walk through how you do a team final with those 4.
With those 4?
With those 4.
Oh, you're fucked. Okay, fine.
I'm wanting to.
So
I'm wanting to show you why this team was not what they used.
So you do Simone, you do Blakely, and you do Robertson.
So that's Vault.
Vault. Bars. You're fucked. You're fucked. Blakely, Biles. Listen.
So the United States is counting a 12 on bars. If they're lucky.
A 12 if you're lucky on a good day. So I'm Lincoln. Fuck. I don't even like that choice, but fine. Yeah, because I'm not putting up Jocelyn. I'm just not Jocelyn, honey. I'm sorry. Your dad follows me on Twitter. I just can't.
Yeah, but Lincoln is not that much better on bars.
She's
but
not.
This is why
She's a wiggle girly. I hate that for her. Simone in a wig.
So
Simone in a wig.
Yeah. Your beam is fine. Your floor is fine.
Yeah.
Your bars are gonna be like a mess.
That's a bar situation. Yeah. That's a Japanese bar implosion waiting to happen.
This is why they couldn't take that team, and you saw all these people in comments being like they should have taken Lincoln, and you're like, you could have taken Lincoln instead of Robertson.
Yeah.
But you couldn't you still would have had to have a Leanne
a Wong,
or on that team.
Yeah.
Because these highest scoring teams are often fuck that.
And it's very dreams, aspirations. It's giving you're a dreamer, you dream when you're asleep. It's giving just I hear you. Hold on, we're trying to do analyses. Yes. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? You like Tom Forrest or Get Out? Get Out.
So anyway, I wanted to just
this is a thought exercise.
Spencer likes to talk from the balance beam situation, likes to really hype these highest scoring teams,
but they're not realistic.
And they're no more realistic than taking the top 5 all-arounders.
And if anything, top 5 all-arounders gets you what? All around routine potential, which means you can rely on these people who might falter with another all-arounder who's just up as high as they are, if not a little bit below.
So, can we talk about? I'm done playing this exercise, but to talk about how the U.S. traditionally handles picking that third all-arounder in the Olympics, because I think people are thinking that's going to be decided a lot earlier than it is.
No. Well, let's have Geldia. Let's have Angelina.
We're looking at her strong jaw.
Just so she can hear talk about the Olympics, she won't be at. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
How do they pick the?
Well, see, Catherine, you have to go to Olympic trials, but to get to Olympic trials, you have to go to nationals.
No, Catfish. It was Kalia and Jocelyn. That's what the highest scoring team looked like last year. Yeah. It's in the notes. It's in the
Yeah, they released a whole bulletin of the, well, not a bulletin. They released some minutes, and that's what we talked about. That was a permutation of the high scoring team.
It might have been your highest scoring team, but it was not theirs.
Yeah, no. The selection committee had a specific high scoring team that they did not take because of this situation that we were just talking about.
They had several actually high scoring teams they didn't take because of that situation.
Yeah, because they knew that if something were to happen, that bar situation was dire.
Yes, Jost was the one who got injured, but it could have been Shai, it could have been Simone. You can't pick who is going to be injured.
It's conservatives, they can't pick Bible verses. They want to attach themselves to another whole Bible. It's not how it works. It's a full meal, not a buffet. You can't just pick and choose what you want to do. You have to carry the good with the bad. Yeah, go check. It's honestly really fascinating that they actually came out and should have said, we did not take this young lady because she would have caused a situation. Not any of her doing. Not her. I mean,
doing. They didn't say that, but what they said was there were all of these. There were 3 or 4 highest scoring team permutations that they skipped over.
Yeah, because of the bar situation.
So
but then you get to a place where it's okay. So now we have these great.
So
bar
you're
routines.
in the Olympics.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're at the Olympics. You're picking your third all-arounder. How have they been doing that?
Honestly, just whoever's not hurt, whoever can like just do it. Because
Like,
Lori was supposed to go into that all
Catfish,
around.
I'm fine. I'm fine with the argument of taking Kalia over, or like Kylia over
Close.
Joss, because they were essentially the same gymnast.
Yeah, they were at that point in time. Yeah,
But that's
still,
not what
at
the
this
highest
point in
scoring
time.
team was.
At this point in time, they're still kind of
Like in 2023, they were essentially the same option. You were taking them for floor.
Yeah.
So like, what are they gonna like? They're gonna decide this in podium training. They always decide this third all-arounder in podium training.
Yeah.
What is that podium training like?
You're shooting. If you're not Simone, you're shooting breaks. If you're not shy, you're shooting breaks. And I think what happened in 2016 that kind of worked out for them is that Lori had an abdominal tear, so she couldn't do the all around, which is what allowed Gabby, Ali, and Simone all three to do the all around qualifications, which then led to what the situation we got where Gabby put up an incredible bar score. Kind of lost out because of wobbles here and there, like just bad landings, and Ali got the nod.
Like, I've always go back to 2016 and wonder about
Lori?
I wonder what Maggie is like. Maggie clearly thought she could get Lori into the all around, even though Lori could barely walk and she couldn't raise her arms above her head.
Yeah, no. If you guys haven't watched the rewatch with that Lori Hernandez and Ellie did of the Rio team final, they really inadvertently and just in passing, because they're so far removed from it now. Like, they really talked and spilled a lot of quote unquote tea from that entire situation. It was a debacle. It's literally in a live rewatch of the team final that they did together.
No, I mean he's looking for the.
Here it's the USAG minutes from the. Yeah, Squishy.
Squishy will find the doc for you.
Why can I not talk today, girlfriend? Okay.
So, what was Lori saying about that team final?
So, first she said, I think it was Ali that brought it up. She's like, I don't know if I can say this, and Lori said, well, it's been years, so it doesn't really matter at this point. And they started talking about. Let's find it. Hold on. We can find it. I don't want to paraphrase, because this is actually like, it was really interesting. Another interesting one, which not as controversial, just kind of like is Nastia and Sean's rewatch of the 08 all around final. And Nastia, which I'm doing a whole episode over misinformation. Nastia kind of gaslights the entire world by saying, I wore pink like twice. Bitch, you wore it 8 times. We counted. I counted. I went back. I counted. Anyway, so let's see. Ali. This is back during the pandemic, y'all. Ali, Reisman, Lori, IG Live.
Like,
oh wow, if I can spell.
This is when Jim Castick was still talking to Maggie like she was a real person.
Right.
And Maggie talked about how she cried when Lori couldn't do the all around, and all I can think of now is hey, I don't know that you cried, but you had to know the Lori couldn't do that.
Yeah. Cute. Let me look at the transcript of this.
Tuck it in. There we go.
Hold on, there's no transcript.
What's up, you guys?
Threw a double like nothing. Can we?
So I can't hear it, by the way.
Take a second.
I wonder if people even know what a double. I bet there's some non-gymnastics people on here. We can.
I think we got a lot of gymnastics fans though, so I think.
Oh, I'm sure we do. Yes.
Sometimes I don't forget, but I'm so used to just being like, oh my god, Ali, you're my family, my sister, my friend. Oh, that double was actually better than what I competed. I forget that you did a 7-second tumbling pass on floor.
I kind of forget too, because it just feels like. Does this feel like it was almost 4 years ago to you?
No. Oh, that was so nice.
And one of the issues of discussing these highest scoring teams is that there isn't just one.
Our TVs aren't lined up.
They're not?
Okay. I don't think so, but it's okay. So am I vaulting right now on your TV?
You just vaulted. You finished.
Okay, so you're.
Simone's
we're a little behind. Okay. You're ahead.
It's amazing that she made the floor final.
It's so good.
No.
Okay.
Y'all, I've had a.
So then
bruised
they hold
a
us
rib.
in the back gym.
Here you go.
We get cold. We wait until everybody's ready.
So I
Oh,
still
look, I
can't
look
hear
like
it, by
I'm
the way.
gonna throw
So
up.
Yeah, it's because if you're on
I haven't
Firefox,
gotten it
that's
yet.
why.
Hold on.
I'm going.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this makes me so nervous. It's so I just
Bro,
like
I
can't
wore
even
so many-
believe.
I wore giant pearls. I was like, this is gonna do it for me. Let me wear pearls.
We were so prepared though. So we were warmed up in the back gym, and then we come out and
Oh my
you
God.
have 2 vaults. So we
I'm
just did our
going.
2 vaults, and here we go.
My eyebrows look really good.
They do look really good.
Good job, 16-year-old me.
I think
Wait,
they may
you're
have.
ahead of me. Hold on, you're ahead of me.
They may have already talked
wonder
about this
why.
actually. No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. I just remember being like,
So,
"I
like-
put you first. Don't screw it up."
Yeah. Will you start us
One
off?
of the
It's so
things I also
important.
have
There you
Yeah.
have
go.
had an elite
Oh
coach
my
say
God.
to me
It was so
Mhm.
important
is
for
that
you to start us off good.
it-
And you did.
they think
Oh, yeah.
that there's
Oh, yeah.
probably a major injury on every Olympic
girls-
team,
3
not
girls
just every
go
American one. Like every
single
team at the
has
Olympics is probably
so
carrying
much
somebody who
pressure.
has an injury
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the team final. I honestly
that
like, I
they
don't know how you
that we
feel
may
about it,
never
Josh.
know
I
about.
think it's like it's so
1000%.
I don't know how I did that safely.
And you would never have known that
It-
that Lori was injured.
I
No.
think 'cause
Yeah.
now that I've been able to like at least, I mean, I can't
This
do
year
it
or
now,
every Olympics, Catherine.
but
Every
Um,
Olympics.
work doubles and I
This
know what it
person
feels
said
like when it's, like, good in
at
here.
this
And I
Olympics, but
remember
like
competing my double
uh,
and hitting the
it would.
table.
I was referencing
And
the
you know when you block, but- or,
the
like,
last
you
time we
hit
know
it,
of
but
a
it's a little
team
too
that
quick, so it's
a
dead
U.S.
rather
team
than-
without a major injury was
Yeah, I hit it a
1988,
little
and
too
half
quick,
those teams
and I
were
didn't really
Caroli
go
girls. So I'm
anywhere,
sure
and
there
I,
was a
like,
stress fracture.
Yeah.
did the thing to like finish
Yeah.
it.
But you did it.
Actually, I want you to
And
listen
And
to that. I want you to listen to that,
Yeah.
Catherine.
Do so
Can you
many
turn on the Twitch?
repetitions so that no matter what happens, you
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
are, you know?
Because this is kind of
Let me-
important, just in the mechanics of gymnastics. Here,
So
let me go
it's
back.
also when you're vaulting at the Olympics or World Championships, the camera follows
Oh, this
you.
is stupid.
So it's what happens.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's like good in
Yeah.
here.
Lori, so much pressure
Yeah.
in the team final. I honestly like. I don't know how you feel about it, Lori, but I think it's like.
I'm
it's
gonna mute
so-
myself.
What are
Okay.
you watching?
I don't know how I did that safely. When they show it in slow mo, I think because now that I've been able to like at least, I mean, I can't do it now because we're in quarantine, but I've been able to work doubles and I know what it feels like when it's like good in the air.
Yeah.
And I remember competing my double and hitting the table. And you know when you block or like you hit the table but it's a little too quick so it's dead
Yeah.
rather than you going
yes,
up.
Yeah.
I hit it a little too quick and I didn't really go anywhere and I like
yeah.
did the thing to like finish
Yeah. But you did it.
it. But I did it.
But that's why we practice, do so many repetitions so that no matter what happens, you can kind of figure out where
Yeah.
you are, you know? But yeah. So it's also, when you're vaulting at the Olympics or World Championships, the camera follows
Oh, this
you.
is stupid.
There's a camera by your feet, and it follows you, but it's kind of like you feel like you're racing against the camera. And
Yeah.
it's really, really hard because you don't have that kind of practice like at home or even in the practice gym or anything. There's really nothing like it. So you really have to try to block it out, but it's running right by your feet. It's really hard and you're like thinking about it, but
That
trying
was
not
good.
to. So my vaults
was
were actually
so
the
good.
best they ever did.
Yeah,
for
I
my
was like,
entire
that
life.
was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Um,
beautiful.
My vaults were the best. I struggled so much with my vault getting the 2.5.
Wait,
Like,
do you
terrified.
remember when we
Here we go.
Do you remember when we were in practice and we were in the back gym
Here it
and we
comes.
were all just like so tired and we were doing those vaults and I did a layout and like you know when we're doing like timers and layouts you like balance or you roll out of them. I like stuck a layout.
Yes, I remember.
And like Simone stuck a vault and we were like we're gonna die.
Yes, yes.
We were like oh god she stuck it she didn't
She
run
went
out
first.
we're gonna die.
Yes. I remember.
Yeah, that was funny. Also,
Yeah, like whenever Simone would like struggle and fall, or like she would never really fall in practice on her
she
ball.
would just nail it because
So
like
if she ever fell on her butt, then I would be like, "What am I gonna do now?" If you're all
did
tired
she sit down at 2.5? No, I think she just stuck
in
it.
practice.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen her sit down her 2.5 like once or twice. It was the same thing with
It
Michaela
was-
Maroney.
Yeah, she's never like. I mean, it's Simone,
Yes, but it was
Incredible.
the same.
I'm like,
when I
it's
would
Simone.
train with
but
Michaela Maroney.
she sat one down, and I remember looking at you and being like, I can't throw a double here.
Yes,
I'm gonna break my legs.
exactly.
Here she goes. I think. This is
Okay,
part.
Simone's going.
Yeah, someone's going.
Have I not seen this?
Dude, they literally have to take the camera and just flip it up for her.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's so easy for her.
Oh, it's so good. The whole thing is so good.
Aww. We all look like kids.
No, they don't. No, no one
It's
no
so
one does
easy
any
for
camera
her.
training for this.
Oh yeah, so for everybody who's just tuning in, if you go to your TVs and log or just turn on the channel to NBC, they're re-airing our team finals.
Yep.
And so me and Allie are
Allie and
currently just talking about it, talking about old moments. And yeah, so if you turn it on, you can like kind of pay attention at the same
If you
time
got an
to
Adam,
what
sorry.
we're talking about. Holy crap.
I'm drinking water for anyone who just asked. I'm trying to watch this and pay attention to the comments. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not good at
I just forgot.
What?
I hated that hand mat.
Did it slide?
Yeah.
Yep. Also,
oh my God, remember
the
my
equipment
ab?
Was what'd you say? Yes.
Remember my ab?
Have you talked about that?
There it is. There it is. Here it
No,
goes.
but I'm going to.
Okay.
Here you go.
It's gonna come
I
up at some
support
point.
that. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
basically, I'm like we're 4 years away from it at this point.
Yeah.
So while we were at the Olympics, I had just like some ab pain and whatnot during practice, and we ended up doing, I think it was prelims. That's what kind of like, oh no, prelims we tested out something, but it was a little bit before that. Anyways, I was getting ab pain. It was like just getting in the way and being really annoying. And oh, look at that, we're on commercial. Perfect. So I was getting ab pain. We ended up going down to the doctors and everything, and they did an ultrasound, I think it was, and we found out that I had torn it, like not fully, but I tore an ab muscle. So I had to compete team finals, prelims, all of it.
Event finals?
Beam finals with a torn ab, which was so much fun. It was great. I'd like, you remember I sneezed once and just like
What'd you say?
I sneezed or I coughed or something.
Oh yeah.
It just like
I know.
oof. But yeah.
I know.
But yeah,
I know,
we
you're tough.
did it.
I know. You were
We did
so
what we
tough.
had to do. Oh, thanks.
I know. I don't know how you did it, honestly. I really don't know how you
Adrenaline.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
adrenaline. Because it was like, I think, I remember during practice, just like, sheep jumps were the worst. Sheep jumps and release moves, like, killed it. Like, every time I had to go and sit up, oh
my gosh.
I was like, let me disintegrate now. I'm done. I'm out. But I also remember thinking, like, I had worked so hard to, I don't know, to make it there that I was like, I'll let all my body parts get torn.
Yeah.
I'm still competing.
Her hair's
Like,
so pretty.
I'm good. I'll be fine.
I don't know how you did it. You're so tough. I remember, like, I'm also trying to not say much because I don't want to share anything that you don't want to say. But
No, I mean, you
remember
can.
how hard
We're
it
4
was.
years, like.
No, I know,
out
but
of
it's
it.
not my place, you know? Like,
No, you can. You
Yeah.
have my permission. So.
I just remember you were in so much
while.
pain, and it was so
3 to 6
hard to
months,
watch.
I think.
It felt so bad for you. You know, like,
You
it
only
was
get,
just
like,
like,
them,
even when we weren't at the gym,
okay,
it was
that's
such
after
a
this.
struggle for you to even just do simple things. I don't know how you did gymnastics.
Washing my hair sucked. So, like, to
Which is
throw
crazy
a full.
that you
throw a
still
full
did it.
routine. But yeah, we figured it out. So.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to think what else happened. Oh, I'm gonna unmute this.
I feel like we should probably
So-
explain, like, some of the more behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
See,
it's
let me just pause it. You guys can go watch this on your own. It's great, really good. There's 2 parts of it because it was hour long live. My voice is so low right now. My God, I'm hearing myself talking. I'm feeling like really back on my throat. But yeah, no, it was really good live. I mean, things like that to show you like the tenacity and the strength and resilience that athletes have. I believe it was one of the training sessions before qualifications while they were there in Rio, and I guess it's overtraining, right, Catherine? At this point, like that point, like it's overtraining.
So I might have just handed on to somebody the idea of getting an RC car to simulate that camera. So I sent you another video
Yes,
just
you did.
now, and
You did, I thought.
can we watch that, because
Yeah.
that's another thing that no one warns any of these people that they're going to have to
Now,
do.
let me preface this. I only know about this shit because Catherine showed me videos about it. And so,
So this is not just Team USA. Like the Australians do this, the British did this today. This
now,
is why
mind you,
it's kind of
some nations make a whole like skedaddle about it, like a whole event. They have them in airport hangars, and it's beautiful, and it's like media and all this. Other federations do not, and it ends up being in a convention center, or ends up being in a conference center in a hotel, or sometimes it's just really like low budget, and it's just like boxes and boxes. You go get your size and shit. So there is levels to this shit, is what I'm saying. This is, it's okay. It's not as this is 10 years ago, by the way. So
this is all of the list of everything that you're
it
getting.
It hasn't changed that much.
No.
So this is the 2014 Olympic team processing. These guys have already made the Olympic team. This is how you get all your swag.
14 for the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, this is the Winter Olympics, but it's the same thing. I've seen the same video.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's.
So you're going to hand that to the volunteer, and they come pick you up.
So there's a checklist.
Yeah, so there's a Nike page, there's a Ralph Lauren page, and then there's a page of just general items. This checklist is everything you need to do. So Ralph Lauren's over here. There's a little map on the back. Ralph Lauren's over here. Nike's on the other side, and then in the
this
middle,
is
you get
Sochi.
your picture. You get
look
your
at map.
watch, you get your
They're getting ready to go to Sochi.
You get your commemorative ring, all of that.
And you have to,
stuff.
like,
So
you
I
know,
want
you have
guys
to
start here at Ralph Lauren. They're gonna come
fill
out
all
and
that
get
out
as
so
soon
they
as
get your
finish. It's a little
sizes,
bit
get
different.
all your.
It's a little group.
Everybody gets apparently start somewhere.
There's a point in this video where they do watches, so we'll see.
I think it was the one watches here.
So you're welcome to
Like, there are like 5 or 6 videos of this from like several different Olympics from the USA. There's an Australian one. While we're watching this, let me pull up the Australian one and the British one because it's kind of funny to watch them as different things.
Yeah. So Oscar, this is processing. So when you are an Olympian, there's an event. There's a day where you go and meet all the vendors, all the sponsors for the Olympics, and you get your like Ralph Lauren stuff. You get your opening ceremony suit. You get all your swag, your T-shirts, your sandals, warm-ups, your Leos, all that bullshit, right? Your rings, anything that says Team USA on it that you see on the television or them wearing, they get them here at this day. Not only that, but they get their pictures taken. They get all that stuff, biometrics, and all that. And in some cases,
they also get the like don't offend the locals.
Exactly, the media training side of it, which is like it's a whole like cultural. What is it? Cultural what, Catherine? What is it called? Cultural sensitivity training. Cultural sensitivity training. Now, some of these vendors or sponsors, or just for like, you know, cool things or inside whatever, don't like you to film them, so they'll tell you, please don't film this part because this is kind of like behind the scenes or whatever it may be. And so like right now they're telling them, so we're changing the beanie for the opening ceremony, so you get last minute memos or anything like that. And no, they did. This year's is insane. And so this is processing. That's what it's called. And so yeah, like this guy thing, I'm hopping from polos back to watches, back to polos. Question: could Team USA WAG in 2008 have been disqualified? Someone reported Taylor Worley for using. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell them why, Catherine.
It's a security thing.
Because
like people have died because people broke security at the Athletes Olympic Village.
Yeah.
The IOC does not like take that lightly.
And I don't know why they haven't.
And
they didn't do anything at all.
And in I think it was Rio. And an athlete gave his coach his credentials so he could go eat in the cafeteria, and the coach was kicked out of the Olympics.
Yeah. It's an insane grave thing, and the fact that Sheila Worley was as careless, like, and Bridget as well to do that, I don't know, but it's talked more about, and I don't know why they haven't gotten in trouble for it. I mean, at this point, whatever the fuck, right? But like, people died, literally died, and you have these American girls just like whatever. What, you want water? Or you want to see Grandma? Can you give me? I'm almost done. So let me see. Do you want to compare this to the British one?
So I gave you the Australian one. I accidentally sent you the wrong one first, so it's the second video you want.
Okay, cool. What is
And
2024? What is that? Team Processing 20. What is that one? Who's that?
yeah, that's not the one you want.
Okay, cool.
You want the earlier one.
Okay.
One.
I remember Georgia May Fenton. See, there it is, Catherine. That was it.
What?
That's what happened. It was Georgia May Fenton. Remember I told you the British got in trouble for that? Because they brought her in with a coach credential? That was Georgia May Fenton. I remember. Thank you, RJ. Because I sounded so crazy last time. I sounded deranged last time. Because neither one of Squishy or Catherine, who are like, I mean, it's like Rain Man status of just like recollection of memory.
I've just never heard that before.
Yeah, no, it was a deal. Because they snuck in Georgia May Fenton as a coach. Right, Ryan? Right, yeah. I'm a pawn against like mere like giants and titans of the sport. I'm almost done. We're almost done. Yeah, I didn't want to go see Grandma, but hold on.
Yeah, so I wanted to show you.
Yes.
So there's the Australian one, and I also sent you the British one because I think it's worth saying this is not the USA being crazy.
No, this is what they do. And look at this. This is a little bit nicer. It looks a bit cuter than the American one.
Well, the American one is like a warehouse somewhere. This is like a convention center, but like it's using curtains instead of built-in walls.
Yeah. But it's this whole thing, and this happens with everything.
Before Tokyo, and they're not masked, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and all these things are just like they do that for big major competitions like this, like the Pan American.
Well, yeah, and Squishy points out this is a produced video.
Yeah, and it's not got on a cell phone. But like it's this whole thing. If you've ever wondered like how this goes up, this goes down, this is how they get all their swag. And it's you're there for hours. You're there for about 6 to 7 hours getting all like through the whole thing.
Like, let's watch a few more minutes of this and then go to the British one.
Yeah.
Because the British one I think is more like insane than the US one.
Yeah, and it's this year's too, right?
No, it's I think also from like the Tokyo era.
Okay, cool.
Because most of this hasn't happened yet for most countries.
Yeah.
But also those jackets on the Australians were hideous.
Yeah, so they got mattresses this year for their team, like just for being an Olympian.
But they're getting tailored. They're like all of these shoes, like everyone is waiting on them.
Yeah, like because the sponsors want them to really sport and support their product to like as well as they can, and so they're making sure that every single thing fits perfectly. Every single thing is good, like your gems, like everything's perfect.
These are super attractive people too, so like the sponsors, like you want your pretty people wearing pretty clothes.
Yeah, this is a major marketing situation for these vendors and sponsors.
So you want to go to the British, because
these are all the sponsors.
The British one is wild to me because it's like much more like glitzy.
Yeah, it's British. It's glitzy in it. Sorry, Brits. Love your girls.
The rolling around on mattresses thing for the Australians is funny. I'm watching that on Twitch.
Oh shit, Nisha. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, so the Australians have said they're bringing portable ACs.
Nisha said, so I was Maggie crying about her not doing the all-around, knowing Laurie was in so much pain, because that's your moment of gold. Like that, she wanted the victory. She wanted to be the coach to, coach the girl to be the second all-arounder behind Simone. Nisha, Maggie may not be as bad as people. Well, I hate to say it that way. As bad as people make her out to be, and that's a really weary statement. But she's still a self-serving coach. You know what I mean? Like, she's one of the people that coaches for the glory of it, for ego.
So, like, look at how much more like
elaborate this is.
Yeah, this is so British.
It's so British. Sushi says she was bad enough without exaggerating. There you go. That's a good way of saying it. And so this is like an actual like
This looks
federations.
like a mall.
Yeah, this is a mall. Like federations will go all out for their athletes.
Yeah, the Olympic team. This is
Yeah,
like
true. I mean, why not? Like these are your athletes. These are representing your nation.
Yeah, but I mean, the U.S. people did not go this far
No, they
to
have personal
like.
shoppers here. They could fund more athletes if they scaled this back, right? I mean, no arguments here.
I mean, I've seen one video of like the Dutch version of this, and it's very much more like make and mend.
Yeah.
But this is what like big teams with like hundreds of athletes do.
So what is it? Well, Catherine, what is this team processing thing? What is this?
So they get all of their like gear, not like Leo's, because Leo's those come from like the gymnastics people, but like
Right.
the t-shirts and the opening ceremony gear and the things you wear on the podium. For US athletes, they get a ring and a watch.
Yeah.
That they wear.
And you have a whole like
And
notebook of like when you wear this, when you wear that, when to like you can only wear these outside, like going to eat, you can only wear this.
yeah,
It's recommendations.
you only wear this on the medal
Yeah.
stand. And even if you're not going to medal, that you still end up getting the medal stand tracksuit. The like they also get like some of them have to see medical because they might be going into a country that requires vaccines that they don't
Yeah.
have. The also you see they'll get like one of the things that they'll do is also talk about allergens because sometimes the Olympic team will have to provide food. The Russians kind of famously tried to block foreign Olympic teams from bringing in their own food, including like pallets of what was it that they blocked? They blocked
Oh, it was
the Russians in Sochi blocked a bunch of Greek yogurt. That was what it was. So like there's a lot you take it basically on a diplomatic mission.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean at the end of the day it's what it is. You're like you're
but I mean it
basically
doesn't help if these are
Go ahead.
well it doesn't help that also these are often young and reckless and athletes who will do what they want. So no amount of diplomatic stuff is going to stop those swimmers in Rio from like making a diplomatic incident.
Or Michaela Skinner in Tokyo saying she did not like the sushi. That was disgusting.
I wonder how many people Michaela Skinner offended while she was there.
Oh, the limit does not exist. The limit does not exist.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to show this because I happened to show this to somebody and like you'd never seen it before, but like
yeah,
they get named to this team and they spend a whole day doing this.
And the thing is, that's just like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the preparation for the Olympics. Like, you have media days. You have days where you have to go and like actually go be in person to have a luncheon and all this. It's all sorts of shit. Like it's all sorts of just like media.
And we're talking about people who are used to being in the gym 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And now they have sponsorship stuff that they have to do, and they have to be on the Today Show.
Yeah, you're traveling a lot of the time. You're going interviews. You're doing this. You're doing that. Like the gear up for the Olympics is unlike a monster that you've ever seen before because of the money that gets involved and can be made off that Olympic Games.
And like the Worlds is like a big convention in a city.
Yeah.
But it's not like an invasion, and this is like an invasion of Paris.
Yeah, and it's gonna be insane. And LA, I can't even tell you. Like, I'm not ready for LA, but I'm gonna definitely be there. Anyway, so do we have anything left?
No, that was it. Thank you all for listening to us talk.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And you have a good night,
Catherine. You've been awesome as always. I adore you. My love for you knows no bounds. To you watching at home, to you listening at home, thank you so much for watching and listening. I really appreciate you. You know, we will be back. We're watching the second event, right? Of the German thing. So we're gonna watch that. I really appreciate you for giving me your Sunday night. That's a privilege I will never take lightly. And if no one has told us today, I think you're awesome. I think you're great. I think all your ambitions in life are poignant and matter. And if you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna show you right now. If you know what I've been going through, it's been a lot. Like, let me tell you. And it's difficult at times. Oh my God, not you with this. Hold on. Can we do it this way? Can I just do it here? Oh my God. Okay, same code. Oh, cool. Hold on. What's my code? I didn't get it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there it goes. It's 9, 8. No, it went away. Hold on. God damn, this fucking Sabrina Carpenter song. 981 169. Period. Oh wait, hold on. What the fuck is your problem, Adex? So you want to hack you? Amazing. Look how long it takes you to get in. Jesus Christ. There you go. Have you guys? Let's start. Enough with you, Angelica. I can't. Okay, so if you haven't seen before what's happening, my dad's been in the hospital, but they moved into a rehab facility, and now he has 2 weeks left there, and then he's gonna come home. Yes, I'm a human. Yes, queen. But yeah, that's my dad. He is now at the rehab facility, physical rehab rehabilitation facility, and he's just like, he hates it. I hate it for him too, but he's getting better. Yeah, he's getting better. He's excited to be, on the mend, and excited to almost be home. So that's very exciting for us. And so yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great flippin' Sunday. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Squishy. Is it far from you guys? It's in Lubbock. It's about 45 minutes there and back, and my mom is like, my mom's been there as much as she can. It's really exhausting for her. So if you want to help us out, to give us a sub, that really helps out. Cheering. Oh, there's all new things you can use. Pay for with your points on this channel. I try to make some of them fun. There's also a couple new emotes. I'm about to revamp all the emotes because we're gonna get Most Panda. So we're gonna get Most Panda ready for Paris, right? So we'll do that. I'll probably do a reveal of her Leos going into Paris, and yeah. So we'll have fun on this channel. I promise. If you want to make sure you don't miss out a stream of ours, turn on notifications. Follow us on YouTube. YouTube, I see you right now. I love you so much. Let me see who is all there. We have 0 on YouTube. Oh, fantastic. Okay, let me just end the stream there. Bye, YouTube. You suck. Bye.